For many people, James Corden is like a chronic rash. He gets under their skin and just doesn't leave.
Okay, yeah, that... When you put it like that, it sounds like a bad...
His early fame in America was as a lovable Brit, but his brand has now become increasingly tarnished as a result of a number of high-profile incidents that has led many people to see Corden as smug and lacking in morality, artistic judgment, and talent. So without further ado, let's get into how people came to hate James Corden. Stay tuned. James Corden rose to fame as a late-night talk show host, but while everybody knows who he isn't everyone's top pick, and many folks have conveyed their dislikes for him. Here's why. James Corden is an actor, comedian, and singer, best known as the host of The Late Night Show with James Corden. Corden took over as the host of The Late Night Show from Craig Ferguson in 2015, and since then has grown into one of the most popular talk show hosts in recent times. But that success doesn't always come with audience approval. So, what is it about James Corden that so many people despise? The Yesterday movie actor was already a well-known name in the UK thanks to his past comedy projects before taking on the role of a late-night host. Corden became well known as Jamie Reiner in the British drama Fat Friends, and from 2007 to 2010, he co-starred and co-wrote the sitcoms Gavin and Stacey, for which he received acclaim from critics and a handful of awards. Corden has appeared in a number of films, mostly comedies, including The Baker in Into the Woods, Bustopher Jones in Cats, Barry Glickman in The Prom, and also has voiced characters such as Peter Rabbit in the films of the same name in Biggie and Trolls. Even though all of this could have easily made him a lovable figure in the entertainment world, Cats actor James Corden has been labeled annoying and has managed to gain the audience's dislike over the years for a number of reasons. The comedy actor has had more than his fair share of spats and brawls with other celebs over the years, which is unusual for a person who wishes to project a pleasant image. In many cases, he hasn't come out looking good, and many people did end up siding against Corden. Some of the famous people who have clashed with Corden or made negative comments about him include Bill Maher, Ricky Gervais, Ricky Whittle, Arnold Lang, Liam Gardner, Pierce Brosnan, Asia Argento, and even Rose McGowan. And then there was the Patrick Stewart incident. The most outrageous Corden fallout took place at the Glamour Women of the Year award show back in 2010, when Patrick Stewart voiced his displeasure with the way Corden was presenting the show. Corden was chastised by Stewart for being disrespectful to award winners.
When the presenters are up here and when the recipients are receiving their awards, don't stand at the back of the stage with your hands in your pockets, looking around as though you wished you were anywhere but here.
Stewart clearly irritated Corden. His attempts at witty comebacks, on the other hand, were awkward.
Oh, you couldn't be more wrong, sir. You couldn't be more wrong. Oh, genuinely. And if it looked like that, I'm so sorry. But when you come up and present an award, just get on with it. There we go.
And instead of appearing funny, came across as unnecessarily condescending and immature to many viewers. It could be argued in Corden's defense that the celebrity world is a competitive and mean-spirited place, and that the British actor is just another victim of the toxic environment. He has also been subjected to a slew of jokes and comments about his size and weight, which seems grossly unfair. Corden's acting career got off to a good start. In his home country, his role as Smithy in the award-winning BBC show Gavin and Stacey was widely popular. Even so, as his celebrity grew, things began to fall apart. He appeared to accept every job offer that came his way without too much thought, resulting in a string of flops. These films included Cinderella, Lesbian Vampire Slayers, and the Emoji Movie, among others. With his character in The Prom, he also played on gay stereotypes. And along came Cats.
Right, well, that's not going to work, is it? Okay? Look at you and look at me, and you know that I'm sensitive about my size.
Corden's most cringe-inducing performance must have come in the film Cats, in which he played Bustopher Jones in the poorly received box office disaster. Despite saying that he didn't regret his participation, Corden eventually confessed that he was unlikely to watch the film himself. But in Corden's defense, if you're as prolific and hardworking as him, you're bound to have more failures than successes. In the case of Cats, many celebrities' reputations were harmed as a result of their involvement in the film, so he wasn't alone. The answer to why people dislike James Corden is complex and difficult, as some allude to it being the audience's desire to see British actors succeed in Hollywood, his comedy being bland, having to rely strongly on celebrity cameos rather than the value of his comedy, and his off-screen behavior. A petition has been started in response to James Corden's casting in Wicked. Even with all of the negativity surrounding him, James Corden does not appear to be leaving Hollywood, as he continues to host The Late Show and will undoubtedly continue to participate in various films and television projects. Corden's love for media attention and attempts to be funny have occasionally landed him in hot water. He has a terrible habit of failing to read the room, and his poor joke choices can either fall flat or cause an outright negative reaction. Firstly, his jokes about Harvey Weinstein. In 2017, Corden was the master of ceremonies at an AIDS research benefit concert in Los Angeles. In an obvious attempt to appear edgy, he waded into the then-current Harvey Weinstein scandal and made a number of insensitive jokes about the disgraced film director's crimes, causing an uproar. Corden faced a massive backlash. Following that, actor Rose McGowan, who claimed Weinstein her, called Corden a mother piglet. Corden, in his defense, later apologized for his lack of compassion. He stated that he wasn't trying to make light of Harvey's heinous behavior, but rather to shame him, the abuser, rather than his victims. While James Corden's public persona is that of a lovable Brit, his private behavior has been defined as less than desirable by some. The nice guy public image has worn thin for many people, and there's far too many instances where the mask has slid to unveil a more prominent and spiteful side to him.
Name 2 of the cameramen in this room.
One eternity later.
It's a different crew tonight, actually.
The reason why so many people loathe James Corden has been fueled by various events, both behind and in front of the cameras. Critics say they don't believe his nice guy persona and find him to be rude and fake in interviews and on his show when talking to his guests, where he occasionally interrupts or talks over them, which some audiences find very rude. Corden has earned a reputation for behaving badly towards those who work with him and for him. According to the writer, comedian, and podcaster Jack Allison, Corden went to a Writers Guild Association meeting to advocate for lower pay for late-night writers. Several reports of Corden misbehaving in restaurants have surfaced over the years, from both servers and other customers. There was also an alleged incident on a plane in which he acted antisocially, and there's also carpool karaoke. This self-indulgent snippet of Corden's talk show is worth mentioning. The premise is that Corden drives around and hangs out with a popular celebrity, eventually staging a sing-along. In the fan-favorite segment Carpool Karaoke, the Peter Rabbit 2 actor has also been accused of constantly needing to sing over his guests, and others believe that he has crossed fine lines between entertaining and offensive countless times. But even so, the whole thing has a very staged, fake feel to it, which is amplified by the revelation that the car is actually being towed around and Corden isn't driving. In his defense, Corden denied the Jack Allison accusation, explaining that he simply wanted to give more chances to new writers. Allegations of incorporating behavior in restaurants and other public places should maybe be taken with a grain of salt. Perhaps the most difficult issue for those who dislike James Corden is that he appears to be present everywhere these days. He pops up on panel and sketch shows, music videos, adverts, and award ceremonies, in addition to hosting talk shows and acting in movies and TV shows. It really looks like he's unable to turn down any job offer, no matter how mediocre or obnoxious the project. It's probably attention he seeks, because he can't be that desperate for the money, can he? Many people simply want to get away from him. Do you remember the Sheep Whisperer ad? His appearance in a car insurance TV commercial for a British TV was seriously annoying. In this scene, he clears a path through a flock of sheep that are obstructing a country road, conjuring up Moses parting the Red Sea. He announces himself to be the Sheep Whisperer at the end of the commercial.
I'm the Sheep Whisperer.
The advert, no matter how many times you see it, is neither amusing nor entertaining. If anything, each time you are exposed to it, it becomes more and more irritating. In his defense, Corden has admitted that he has fallen victim to his own hype in the past. His family convinced him to go to therapy at one point to stop being a brat. Rob Brydon, a fellow Gavin and Stacey actor, had to intervene and tell Corden that his spoiled rotten behavior was out of control. It's evident that many reasons why people dislike James Corden aren't actually stopping the star from pursuing a career in voiceover and television work. He's here to stay. That's all for today. Hope you liked the video. Let us know what you think of James Corden in the comments below. See you soon.